Hey guys, welcome back to another True North Disc Golf production. Today we are checking out the All-Star matches we held just at the end of 2020. We've got some pretty sick players from Ontario all competing. And today we're joined with Thomas Gilbert and Cam Zanini. How you doing, guys? What's up?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Excited to watch the back nine of this round. Looks like it's going to be a pretty close race between all these guys. So,
what do you think of the putting so far? I mean, that seems to be what is separating the pack.
yeah, for sure, definitely. Kim and Thomas have been putting pretty well. Marty's been kind of up and down, but he's not having a bad putting round per se at all. Oz made some pretty good ones as well. Clayton's kind of raided the ship a little bit, I think. So.
Yeah, and Thomas, I was checking out your Instagram, and I saw that you may have held on to a record again this year. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was just finished up with the Las Vegas Challenge on Las Vegas, Nevada, the first disc golf pro tour of the year, and I defended my distance championship title for the Las Vegas Challenge by throwing it 608 feet, which was pretty awesome.
Wow, that's sick.
It's ridiculous.
And I'm assuming you were throwing, was it one of the D series discs or which?
Yeah. I was throwing my 400 series D2.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah, make sure to check them out.
Did it get filmed?
Yep. Yeah, Terry Miller. He didn't film the finals, but he filmed the qualifiers, which is actually, it's ironic because the qualifiers I threw further, which was 663 feet.
Wow.
That is just stupid.
Holy smokes. And what was the difference? Why did you get so much distance, more distance on that shot?
In the finals, there was a 30 mile an hour or like probably around 50 kilometer an hour crosswind that was just pushing the discs down pretty crazily.
Crazy. Okay, guys, we'll check that out. We'll wait for the video and we can actually see it. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
All right, well, congratulations. Great job. We were always proud of you and always happy to see you representing us down there. So keep up the good work, dude. Thank you.
Thanks.
Cool. All right, we are up to hole number 10 here on the back nine. This is a par 3, 274 feet, and you're throwing kind of uphill down this narrow gap. And the basket is at the end of the tree line here on the left.
Yeah, it's very similar, like look and shot shape to hole one. Instead of this one, you got to kind of get maybe a little bit of fade, if any fade, to the left.
Yeah. Instead of throwing kind of like downhill on hole one, you're throwing uphill here with maybe a slightly more overstable disc because this basket does finish just slightly left at the end of the fairway, but it's going to be a tricky shot just because of uphill. You have to throw it right off the tee.
And there's a couple more trees in the fairway on this one as opposed to hole one, so. Although Marty doesn't really care.
Oh yeah, that right there, that double white tree is the one that you kind of want to miss.
That's a great shot.
And Marty throws a great shot there.
Yeah, this is a tricky hole. For 274, it does feel like a good birdie to get. Oh man, so close.
Yeah, keep catching that same tree. I believe I did. It's kind of the tree, one of the trees to miss if you're trying to throw that like flex line.
Yeah, there's
you want to start it off
tree
on that left side and draw it over to the right, and then have it kind of fade out at the end.
Yeah. Is Kim laughing before he even threw it?
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah, I think so.
I can always tell when he releases the disc if he goes, like.
And it's still fine.
And it's still fine, but it's not exactly fine.
Yeah. Big jump putt.
Ooh,
That might be tricky.
that was a sloppy upshot.
I think it caught something towards the end, but that's going to be a weird one.
Yeah, I thought I could just go jump putt with the pig and just rely on the fade, but I threw it a little bit hard and a little bit high and caught a limb and fell down just about short side of the circle.
Not a bad upshot there. He's got to putt inside the circle.
Yep.
Oh, good try. It's close.
Yeah, good run there for Oz's birdie.
Oh, that looks perfect.
Good putt.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I had to go a little bit extra spinny there just to keep it on that line through those the gap on the left and the gap on the right. A little more extension, a little more
Yeah.
power, and luckily that chains can reliably catch that kind of putt.
Oh, for sure. Good putt from Marty.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, another great putt from
He
Marty.
was farther than I thought he was.
Yeah, definitely. It's a little deceiving here on this hole because you think
Good putt.
you just pin high, but then that hillside it makes it's quite a bit further. The basket's tucked down the hill a little bit more than it would originally think.
Yeah, sometimes it's like Marty threw basically a straight shot at it, and he still had to make a 25, 27 footer. So,
Hmm.
I mean, it's not the worst play just to throw it straight up the middle, but ideally you don't want to have that 27-foot downhill putt.
Yeah.
Hey, was Marty the only birdie there? Or did Kim get one? No, yeah, Kim kind of par.
I think.
Yeah, okay, one birdie.
Yeah. Yep. Only birdie there.
That's not uncommon, though.
It's a great birdie to pick up,
For sure it is.
and also a good stroke for me to pick up. Just kind of try to play some catch up on this card.
Yeah, you guys got a small straight going now, 4-3-2-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
I mean, I guess you can kind of count it as like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 over, and then
Yeah,
4 down, 3
okay,
down,
yeah,
2
if you're
down,
counting
1 down.
numbers, yeah, that's true. Gutsy, you know?
Just forget about those positives, negatives.
Yeah, exactly.
all right, guys. There's number 11, par 4, 457 feet, and that last hole really was a great showing of your short game. Nice putting,
Marty going
Marty with a roller.
putting everything
Whoa.
into it. Looks like it stood up a little too quickly.
Oh, that just get in that right side cabbage and just
Yeah.
kill all the speed, I think.
You're probably licking your chops on this hole.
I think Marty was
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
that because we had done a challenge with him a day or so before to see if this hole could be done in 2 shots, and he was able to do it throwing rollers.
Jump putt.
I've done it with like a big air shot and then like a 50-foot jump putt up the hill, but that was once.
He parked it a couple of times.
That's crazy. This is a good hole though. It's one of those like, if you're going with like a big professional standpoint, it's like a tweener, like long, good par 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I think locally,
Yeah.
it's a fair par 4 for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Oh, come on. Thank you.
Oh no.
It's still
And he's
fine.
still in
though.
the
This is
middle of the
a-
fairway. Like
It's still a
Oh
great
wow!
shot.
What the heck?
it's
Wow.
like it sounds like it's 50 feet off the fairway and it's dead center.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, can be getting some of those well-known like Marty kicks. 'Cause I know Kimmy gives crap all the time about all the amazing kicks
Oh.
Marty gets some of the times in tournaments, and he just got one of them there himself.
I think that's because of all the spin he puts on the disc too, because he puts a lot.
Yeah, Martin's got a lot of spin.
He does. He probably puts the most spin out of any player I know.
That's a good recovery though. He's
That's
got
a
long
very
look
nice
at it.
shot.
Hmm. Whoa, Clayton happened to get really creative there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Good effort from there though. That's probably the only thing he had in that situation.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Kim with his awful drive is still perfect.
Yeah.
Give it a soft run.
And a nice, perfectly thrown up shot there.
That's good. He matched the angle of his disc with the hillside to land it nice and soft.
Hmm. And if you wanted to see how to not perfectly throw an up shot,
Nice segue.
trying to be too greedy there and give
Yeah.
that disc a run, and again, just don't even look at the branches that are completely in the way of the basket.
I was taking your advice and going underneath the branches.
Hmm.
Same with Clayton as well, just conceding the par. That's fine though. Stop the bleeding.
Yeah. Already here. This would be a great birdie save.
Oh,
Mm.
Good speed on it.
Yeah, tough run there from the knee underneath those branches.
No problem.
Yeah, I was very happy with that putt there, and I remember at this moment in the round, I was like, man, thank God I can rely on this part of my game to kind of save me some strokes. Because if I was leaving myself with those kind of putts in every hole, it'd be super stressful.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even like how much all the pros, like even Macbeth practices, he still focuses hard on those putts. It's not a routine for like make for him either way. So right.
No.
So,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a big thing that I noticed at the LVC was he was putting himself like right on circle's edge almost every hole, and eventually I feel like he just mentally got worn down and wasn't able to make every single one kind of near the end of the round.
yeah, those putts, like you can have one or two around, and it's like it's not the worst thing in the world, right? But if you have like 6 or 7, it takes a toll for sure. It takes a toll on your focus.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Okay, 3 birdies and 2 pars there. That's probably a common score for that hole.
Hmm.
Clayton had a good scramble out of the stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Good to get up and down there from that tricky position.
All right, here's a fun hole, number 12, par 3, 280 feet downhill.
Yeah, this one's fun. I take what I like to call the James Duong route and throw a big flex sidearm up and over, kind of around this green tree, and then kind of stall it in backside to right about maybe like here.
Yeah.
Or if it's windy, I'll go
Yeah, I
like
think
low sidearm. But you going hyzer here or straight at it?
for me, this hole kind of depends on the wind.
Yeah.
If it's calm like this, I like this kind of like flip up play, and just kind of just try to throw it in the ground by the basket.
Great shot. That's a great touch. That's a tough line to throw.
Similar to that.
That low turnover.
Yeah, definitely.
See, I was going the low sidearm, which I usually throw when it's windy out. It's got to get left though.
Yep, same.
It's not.
I'll usually take something stable and hug it out there wide and just know it's going to come back.
Yeah, I throw a kind of a neutral to stable Sexton Firebird hard at that last tree, kind of where Kimmy was going, and trying to flare it into that gap. That's still a really good shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot too. Are you going rock? Just a little bit high.
It was starting to drift over too.
I know. Such a late flip shot.
He'll still make it. It's fine. Looks like Clayton's PA1. He likes throwing that one. Nice straight putter shot.
Get through. It just gets through.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a look.
Fine anyway. That's good. Here we go.
He's pumped.
Oh, yeah. Marty, this would be a sick putt right here. Come on, do it. Do it.
Get in.
Oh,
I almost
gosh.
Oh, my career's ruined.
Oh,
There goes my
inches.
commentating career. I thought he had it.
Just so perfectly on line with that spinner, but
Get in.
just a little floaty.
Oh, man.
Clay.
Yeah, he puts like a little bit of ante on it to keep it straight at the pole. It's
Yeah,
such a
I think
nice putt
so.
to watch when he's on. It's a tricky spot for Oz. Yeah,
Oh.
that tree
Yeah.
it's so like scraggly. There's always like one thing in the way. Jammed.
Nice. Yeah, putter was definitely feeling hot at this point in the round.
Definitely. Kim looking to do the same thing. Nice straight
Yeah.
spin putt like he has.
I think no doubter for Kimmy here.
Yep.
Yeah, jammed. Yeah, Kim playing very well as well. He's, I think, just about 1 stroke back, I believe, of me. Again, just goes back to that 1 bogey. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty similar. Clayton's right in the ship here, getting a couple pars in a row. He's getting back on track.
Yep. Ooh.
Good putt from Oz.
Yep. Nice clean up there.
With the lightest step I've ever seen him take. Just a little lunge towards it.
Oh, this was a really cool moment in the round where I think this is Kat, who is actually on Team Prodigy right now, and this was when I first met her. I actually played a few rounds with her at Scarlet Woods as well later in the year, but she's an awesome player and an awesome person. Definitely want to be friends with her if you ever see her out here in Ontario.
Yeah, she's been moving up quick, hasn't she? She's just relatively new, or I can't.
Yeah, she's new. She's come from Ultimate and just picked up disc golf kind of like when the COVID sweep hit, and she's been practicing really, really hard and playing really, really good. And yeah, I think she's going to be a force to contend with in the future.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've seen her playing a lot of tournaments. Cool.
Big
Okay. Well, shout outs to her. Number 13, par 3, 325 feet.
Wow, that's high.
You're just going over the course.
That is so high. That's insane.
So we won't worry about strategy. That is the strategy.
Yeah.
That's usually the route I take, but I don't throw it even half that high.
Kim does
that's
the
usually
same
how
thing.
I throw it.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the, I think, big advantages I have on the course, and that I'm trying to implement a lot more on tour as well, is I don't need to throw it further. I can just throw it higher and get in the same safe landing zones. So like this is a hole that obviously the landing zone's in the circle, but like on big par fours, just like taking a more overstable disc, putting it up higher and landing it in the same landing zones, but then even having an advantage throwing a slower approach into the green is something I'm trying to implement a lot this year.
Definitely a good weapon to have if you have that power, especially on this hole. If you have the power, like Simon Lizotte says, the biggest fairway is over the trees.
Yeah, the biggest fairway is the sky.
Marty takes the traditional fairway, which he probably should be taking.
Yeah.
See, even Clayton throws far, and he still likes up the middle. So.
Yeah, honestly, this is a hole that I wouldn't mind even seeing like a Mando left side of that tree just to take Spike Heiser, because this is really a cool shot to kind of throw down this fairway.
Oh yeah, it's a great park style shot. A nice flex shot through like a few trees, but it's not heavily wooded. But that definitely keeps you honest.
I'm already trying to go up and around, just catching the tree instead. But he has a good attitude about it. You can hear him chuckling around there.
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
Shoot!
Make that man angry at you. Oh, that got dropped quick.
Yeah, it definitely dropped really fast. Oh,
No,
Marty too.
Yeah, it must be a bit of a tailwind or a crosswind from right to left coming in here.
Yeah. I think it was coming. The wind was coming off the road there, and yeah, just dropped those two guys' shots. And me putting into the headwind, just aim at the low part of the chains and spin it in.
Oh,
Clayton. No, Clayton.
That's uncharacteristic. That one especially. He's still laughing at it, having fun.
There we go. He makes the
There we
adjustment.
Comebacker. Yep. If there's any crux I can give Clayton, it's sometimes the putter gets away, but I mean that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
But he throws the disc so well that his putting looks worse than it actually is because he's giving himself so many opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Just another look at that disc one more time just to see how precarious it was.
2 birdies, 2 bogeys, and a par.
So yeah, it looks like me and Kim kind of drawing ourselves out from the crowd a little bit here. Oz gonna be 3 back of Kim, and then me and Kim right there, one back of each other.
Yep.
Goes to show how much having that extra power and being able to take that shot makes that hole a lot easier to play.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 14, par 3, 332 feet. This basket's buried back here behind these 3 trees. Lots of different lines to take.
Yeah, this one's interesting. There's no like direct line at it. You either kind of go wide highs, or like I think you're probably doing here, right? Yeah, there's that
Yeah.
line if you have the ability.
Mhm.
There's a low, like kind of penetrating hyzer to the right side of that really bushy tree. I think Marty goes a stalling mid range over the top.
I
So there's
think
that
that.
low line. Oh man, that's
Oh.
unfortunate.
Come on, man. How can he lifts on a tailwind?
Yeah, and then there's a big kind of around the outside sidearm or turnover.
Oh, that's out way too far.
That's kind of
Oh
gets some
wow,
legs.
this is wide. This has got a swing.
I don't know.
Did it come back?
Just looks like it's in the bush over there.
Yeah.
Foliage.
Use that third line, stall over the top. That's kind of what I do. A floaty mid range, install it just underneath this tree right there, just like that.
That's a great shot.
That's so good.
Yeah. A really technical shot there from Marty, but he executes it perfectly.
That's a great looking
This
shot.
looks fantastic.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Great shot. From
That's the Clayton we know.
Oh man. I'm just finding like the smallest branch in the way that you probably can't even see. So ours is over the fence, but not on the road, so technically safe.
Yeah, prior to this, the only OB we agreed to was the road and the pathways.
It's not really the best spot.
No, still definitely a tricky approach.
Yeah. That's tough in that stuff. Came for a par from a ways away.
Ugh.
You gotta love him. That's a great par save. From
Oh
Oz.
yeah, great par save there from Oz.
He's playing it off all cool. It's like, yeah, no problem. I got that.
And then
It's
here we are
edge-ish,
at this.
35 maybe.
Yeah, probably about 30, 35 feet.
Oh, just a bit
Oh.
low.
Yeah, just didn't. I don't think properly transferred my weight from pushing off my legs to my arm. Ooh.
Sneaking it in there.
Yeah.
Already just a formality at this point, I think.
Yeah.
There's one of the last looks at the white and red bag.
Yeah, that's true. The old pound bag.
Yeah, man, right there.
Now with Prodigy got a new BP1 V3, but I've been enjoying it. And the pound bag will now sit on the shelf back home.
Oh,
Probably.
no.
Oh, Clayton, dang man,
Man.
that's a putt that's gotta hurt. When you finally kind of catch up and have a short putt for birdie.
Just whatever. Oh, man. I love the guy.
All right, that's 14. Very technical shot from Marty. Beautiful job. Couple of cracks at bat here for birdies, but didn't convert.
Yeah, 3 different options through the 5 players and 1 birdie,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. But it's a tough hole. It's every line you throw, it's a very specific shot. You can't kind of chunk one and get away with it in a way. You
Mm-hmm.
still have to throw a good line. Speaking of good lines, this is another one you need a good line on.
Yeah, number 15, probably the most technical hole in the course. Certainly requires a lot of number of different shots to be successful. Par 4, 476 feet. What is the strategy here, guys? How do you beat this hole?
It's another one you got a couple different options.
Yeah, definitely.
This is actually a solid option.
Yeah, this is just pushes over a little too quickly, but that sits before the edge there. That still can be in a decent position.
You're going big turnover here.
Yeah, I
Looks
got
like
a pop top destroyer, and I'm just gonna go super high, super wide.
That is so far.
I can't
Oh
even
my
keep it in
God.
frame.
Hits a few trees, but that's in a great spot. Definitely a fun shot to be able to throw. Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
wow, way wide.
Oh, he flipped that shot, but high enough that it's starting to come back now. And luckily, yeah, we agreed before the round that is inbounds. So he's going to have his second shot from there.
Okay. Up the middle here? No, turnover. Okay, that's fine. That's a good shot, though. Oh, kind of a bad roll. Maybe.
That's
maybe,
kind of
maybe,
funny.
maybe not.
Yeah.
He's lined up at the short tee. It might be okay.
Yeah,
There's
right onto the
Sandy,
short
she
tee
sees
pad.
it.
Kim going roller on the outside.
If this fights up the hill, that's going to be great. Oh,
He's
yeah.
down. That's fine. That's a good shot. Another hole where you have like 4 or 5 different options, but they all require a specific shot.
Mm-hmm.
Clayton playing both tees today.
Get through that tree gap.
Okay, he's got a
That's
putt.
good. That'll work.
Yeah.
Scary putt.
You got
That's
up
a
there.
putt.
He's going to have an open line to the basket.
This might have that kind of backdoor gap. Yeah, he does. There's an opening right there. If you
Oh,
get
wow,
far
yeah,
enough,
he's-
like
he
left
sneaks
off
through
the
there.
tee. Yeah, I think James DeLong found that practicing for provincials when it was here a couple years ago. He's like, there's a money backdoor gap, and I looked at it, and it's actually viable.
Oh, cool.
Marty.
Oh, wow. Sit.
Good
Yeah,
bounce,
that's a
good
great
bounce.
shot.
That's a great shot.
Just with that speed control, that's a
Yeah.
really well thrown throw.
Kim more buried than I thought he was off the tee.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a horrible kick. Oh, man.
Oh, that is one of the worst feeling shots to throw. And all he has left is this tomahawk. Oh, gosh.
Man, that is such a brutal kick.
Yeah.
That drive is so far. Like, to go that high with that flex, and you hit a tree that's like 40 feet in the air and you're still there.
Yeah.
What a weapon to have, dude. Like, that's crazy. Ooh, good
Ooh,
run.
wow, nice run.
Come on, Clay, bang it.
Come on, swing. Hmm.
Oh, he was trying to float it there, it looked like.
I think so.
But
Oh, sit.
good sit.
Okay. Oh, no.
man. Yeah, you're kind of leaving yourself at that like Macbeth range from Las Vegas. We're just talking
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
holes
I
ago.
guess so. I've had
Looks like
made too many of them now and lost the focus.
Kim. That's a tough hole for him. He had such a nice drive, and
Yeah,
one
for
bad
sure.
kick basically cost him like 3 strokes. Good bird from Marty.
Yeah, he took a great route there. That roller shot to that upshot was fantastic.
Yeah, I've actually never tried the roller on this hole, and I probably won't because I suck at rollers. So I'm gonna stick to my sidearm game.
Yeah, the roller's definitely, it's a hard shot because you have to be so good with your angles to kind of match the slope of the hillside to get it rolling up the hill that
Yeah,
it is
you
a very
gotta
tough shot to
kinda-
execute.
You gotta kind of land it more vertical to
Mhm.
drive it up the hill forward. Any cut on it is just gonna keep going left. So they're definitely
Yeah,
very touchy.
exactly.
Another look at that final shot on the only 3 in the hole.
Yeah, came with the unfortunate double there,
Hmm.
but still, I mean,
Yeah, it's going to drop him back.
yeah.
All right, number 16, par 3, 233 feet downhill. The line that's most common that I've seen is a little forehand flick.
Yeah, that's what I go with. I'll throw
Yeah.
a came in or a tactic on this one and just kind of low and driven on a bit of a hyzer, so it doesn't push too far, and then the gravity with the hyzer angle is just going to take it down right to the green.
Yeah, you don't want to overshoot this hole. Landing in those trees behind can...
This is such a touchy shot for a backhand.
Actually, this looks not too bad. A little deep, though. Oh, good kick.
Good bounce, yeah. But see, it was kind of floating a bit.
Mm-hmm. And Ken, would you say that this is one of the must-get holes in the course? I feel like it's definitely one that like you're already counting the birdie before you walk up on the pad.
Yeah, definitely. This is probably the easiest birdie to get on the course in terms
Yeah, I
of
would
like par
think
3
so.
standpoint. But yeah, this is definitely one you want to give yourself at least a putt at.
Yeah.
Because like 233 downhill, it probably plays like what, 170,
Yeah.
180.
I mean,
So
I think
it's
threw.
an upshot.
Oh no. Oh, I was getting a nasty kick there, and he's not going to be out of trouble just quite yet.
Clayton with that magic PA4.
Mm-hmm.
Looked good. Oh, maybe not. Wow, I floated still too far.
Wow, yeah. I think that backhand just carrying down the hill, like it's not really fighting to the ground quite as much. You need to throw it really low. This looks a bit better from Kim, but
Yeah, the backhand is very touchy. I feel like the sidearm is kind of like a cheat code on this hole.
yeah, I would agree.
What'd you throw there on that sidearm shot?
I was throwing my R Pro pig there, but if I was to throw it again,
Okay,
probably
yeah.
now I'd throw maybe like a A2 or something like that.
Yeah, something nice and lazy and overstable, just to get down
Yeah.
to the ground quick.
Definitely.
Good putt from Kim. Good
Mhm.
comeback from that last hole.
Yeah, that's a good bounce back birdie. That's a really cool kind of stat on the UDisc scoring app as well as the bounce back percentage. And I was actually kind of surprised this year they have like I think it's like a scoring separator feature now where like they'll tell you where you lost and gained strokes on the field, which is I think is a really cool kind of new thing that
that's
they've done.
really interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So how does that stat work?
So they just take the averages of the entire field on like a certain area. So like if it's like circle 1 putting, they'll say, okay, you were 88% inside circle for the tournament, and the average for the entire field was 77%. So you gained, on average each round, you gained 4 strokes on the field just by your circle 1 putting. Or like if you were throwing it out of bounds a ton, they'll take the OB rate for the entire field and they'll say, okay, you threw out of bounds 5 more times per round than the field. You lost 20 strokes to the field on OBs.
Wow, that's really cool.
For sure. It's very, very helpful to know like where you can improve
Yeah,
on
exactly.
certain shots.
All right, guys, we'll check that stat out. That's pretty cool. Number 17, par 3, 414 feet. I remember the first time I watched you guys play this hole, I couldn't believe how close you could get.
That is such a good drive.
Yeah, that is a perfect drive. I think that was Marty's T-Bird. This is my
Range here.
Shimmer Rock 3.
Wow.
Great shot.
Yeah, I like the fairway driver play, like a little bit of a hyzer release, stand up flat, drive it towards that tree right in front of the basket, and have it. I like to fade right in front of it, and then I don't have those branches on the way for a putt. But
Kim looking to do that exact kind of shot right there. Coming in front of that
That's
tree.
amazing.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker.
What a shot.
Oh, it's looking like he might be throwing like an instinct. Yep.
yeah, that's an instinct.
Going for that same shot you were describing. We've got a little flat.
this
See if
guy
this can
Get
fade.
down. Yeah, he'll have a putt for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
about,
great shot too.
35-ish maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Ish. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's a smart play though. Like a nice stable disc. You can bail out to the left. Worst case, you're going to be 45 feet if you throw it flat. That's an unfortunate kick.
Yeah, Clayton looked like he threw a similar type of drive, just didn't start out on that right side to avoid that left side tree.
A little bit too inside.
Yeah. Let's see if
It's
he
a
can.
fun shot to throw though.
This would be a sick throw in if he could make this big putt.
Oh, they just got slammed.
Yeah. Oz in this kind of tester range. See if he can capitalize on this putt.
Whoa.
Whoa. There's that little
So
bit of
Clayton got the
headwind,
drop and Oz
I
got
guess,
the
coming
lift,
off the
yeah.
road still.
Wow. Kim doesn't care about
Yeah,
wind.
great putt there. Focusing up, you can see the determination in his face before he putts that putt.
Yep.
I like to think I have a similar determination here. Okay, good.
Never a doubt.
It's funny because you don't always remember.
Yeah, no, I was like, did I make this putt? Also, because we played 2 rounds here. So it's like some of the holes, I'm like, did I throw this shot this round or this shot this round? I don't quite remember.
Too much golf.
Yeah.
Marty that's the closest drive I think I've ever seen on this hole.
Yeah, that is a
That was
fantastic drive.
gorgeous.
Just left with a little pitch putt into the basket.
Yeah, the old Marty pitcher. That's a great hole for that card. Was it 3 down on that one?
I believe so, yeah. That's a great scoring spread for that hole.
That's
Yeah,
a
Marty
good
with
hole
that
to
smooth
get.
shot right there.
Wow,
9 down through 17.
that's a great round. It's usually
Pretty
if you
solid
shoot like
lead
5
now.
or 6 on this long course, you're feeling good.
Yeah, definitely is. Feeling good playing this round, just kept it clean and yeah, got a good amount of birdies.
Yeah, you haven't had any really mistakes at all.
No, just playing it like I see it.
All right, our final hole in round 1, number 18, par 3, 320 feet. It's on this kind of declined green, guarded by a few trees.
Yeah, I mean, I like to throw a sidearm here. Nice glidey disc with a little bit of stability out on the left side. And just have it kind of float into the hill and hit the hill on the opposite angle to kind of know the skip.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Oh wow, Marty with a great shot there with one of his rocks.
I haven't not seen him pure that drive ever.
Yeah.
Like he's so good at that shot. A little wide maybe. He's getting a good push though.
A little bit wide, but yeah, right there. Should be about circle's edge maybe. Coming back up the hill. Kim going with the Luna, I think. Yeah, just put a little bit too much turn on it. Couldn't fight out in time.
No, it's not the worst spot though. He's on the good side of that stuff.
Oh, this is a nice low-driven sidearm. Get a little skip up the hill.
Get.
Oh yeah, yeah.
22-ish.
And when you throw the sidearm, are you trying to go up and around the trees, or are you trying to kind of throw more like Oz's shot?
I kind of go like more Oz's line, maybe not quite as low, and I want to
Okay.
try and skip in between like those 3 trees that are guarding the basket. I want to skip in between that middle one and the left one.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna turn.
So, but I just want to hit the hillside and kind of counteract the movement of the disc and land it nice and soft.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in.
Mm.
Oh man.
Dang. Yeah, that's kind of like the short end of the story there for Clayton, just not quite hitting the lines with his putters, but I'm sure he'll bounce back well in round 2.
Oh no, that was for double digits.
Dang.
That'd have been nice.
I remember that
Still a
putt.
good
That putt
round.
hurt a little bit. Oh
sit
no.
down.
Sit.
Oh.
Great.
Kim was
Yeah.
exasperated.
Yeah, that's not what the putt you want to have on the last hole, where it skips off the top and leaves you with another tester putt coming up the hill.
Yeah, those always seem to happen when you have that downhill slope behind the basket. It's like, okay, I can hit metal and be fine, and then the one metal you do hit just
Then-
skips it 40 feet off the basket.
Yeah, exactly. But he has a great comebacker putt and saves the stroke there.
Oh. Just a little bit too left on that. I think if it was more centered, it would have caught it for sure.
Yeah.
But Marty for a good salvage of his round.
Yeah, that's a great finish. I think he might have birdied out like the last 5 holes or so. It was a really, really good finish for him.
Yeah, I think so, actually. I think he was he even through the front 9, I think?
Yeah, I think you might be right. Good cleanup there.
Yeah, tough round for him, but I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
he's already forgotten about it right about now. So
Yeah.
he's just happy to be out there.
All right, yeah, there we go. That kind of wraps up the round 1 coverage, and here you got one more look at that forehand I threw just a little bit wide, but yeah, Marty with the solo birdie on the final hole, shooting 5 down for the
Yeah,
round.
Good comeback on for Marty there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a battle continuing. You're obviously sitting in the lead at 9 down. Fantastic round there. 9 through 18 is excellent.
Yeah, that's a good score.
We got a tie there for second at 5 below.
Yeah, just one hole got Kimmy, and Marty got 3 strokes on him, and then look at Marty bird the last 5. Holy
Wow, that is
Yep.
so good.
That is such a good stretch to get.
Mm-hmm. And that's to shoot 5 down, so he literally birdied out to shoot his score.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good way to turn on the Jets at the end of the round.
It was fun to watch. I mean, you guys are all playing good golf. Even Clayton, he's not having the best round, but he's still not throwing terribly.
Yeah, exactly. I think just clean up on the green and he'll have a good second round.
Yeah, he's already pumped for the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome, guys. There we have it for round 1. Yeah, we've got a pretty good battle. We're going to move into round 2 right away. What do you guys expect to see happening here?
I think Clayton's gonna have a really good bounce back. I think he's usually one of those guys that if he has a meh round, like the next round he usually comes out and shoots fire. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think Clayton's going to put in some excellent golf in round 2, and I think we're going to see a lot of action still from Marty and Kim trying to catch up, and Chris Laws is no slouch. I think he's got a few strokes to work on right now, but I think he can get there.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get right back to the action as quickly as possible. So thank you so much for watching the end of round 1 here. And we're going to move into the front 9 of round 2 right away. See you again soon. Thanks for watching.